It's the poster for me.
I don't have a fan, so I'm fanning with Mother.
Yes.
Oh, good. As you should.
And I also have it. Hold on, wait. Shoot, I have both.
Yes.
No, I have both the Eras Tour and Renaissance.
We don't talk about her.
Yes, we do.
No, we don't.
Yes, we do.
Me and Eve don't talk about her.
She
fine.
ain't no diva.
That part.
She ain't
But
no
she is
diva.
talented.
She ain't no diva. We said what we said.
Well, no one is going to come close to Beyonce, but Taylor Swift is still very talented.
She ain't no diva.
Anyways.
Hello, and welcome to The Cup, the Currently Unnamed Podcast, where we put the real and the tea, and usually the chaos, into reality, and you can always come to us first to quench your thirst. I'm Logan Murphy, say something gay, and Lana, you might want to cover your ears for this one.
Ooh.
I am drinking unsweetened iced tea.
Oh my
Ew.
God. Blasphemy.
No, okay. But I have been having just the strangest craving for unsweetened black tea with lemon.
Blasphemous.
Because it's a lovely, like, different caffeine source. I'm not on like a coffee kick right now, and I love black tea. I thought about making sweet tea today. My next batch will be sweet tea, but for now it is unsweetened black tea with lemon, and I'm really enjoying myself. So none of y'all have to drink it, so
Blasphemous.
I understand, but it's very good.
As someone who lives in the South, I don't understand what that even means. But
as someone who lives in the Southwest, I do understand.
I mean, but as someone who was born in the North, I get it. I didn't always have sweet tea, but I've converted. And now it's like unsweet tea is blasphemous. Period.
As someone who was born in Memphis, Tennessee, I have religiously said that if we had our own series of Real Housewives, all of the women would be holding sweet tea pictures.
Sweet tea. Period. Period.
Good.
I say that too about the ladies of Alabama. It doesn't matter what part of Alabama you're from, everybody has a picture of sweet tea.
I would say either that or Louisiana, one of the two. They can be like,
Absolutely. But hello and hi and what's up, you guys? My name is Lana, and I am your resident evil diva. And I'm always here to give the tea, spill the tea, and drink the tea because you know I love me some tea. And I love my tea sweet. Period.
Okay, fine.
But I am not drinking tea today. Actually, I'm drinking something else that's very sweet and delicious. It's hot chocolate, and I'm drinking it out of my cup mug because it is delicious and I just love it. And you can get your own cup mug or any of your cup merch at lanagcreations.etsy.com, where we do ship internationally and domestically in the US, so there are no excuses. And I am looking at all of you Drag Race US fans domestically. Eve the Bunny. I'm looking at all of you to get your cup mug. And yeah, you can get it, and it's wonderful. But you can also get our other cup merch. So, period.
Word. I am Brandon, your professional fangirl of Concerts, Dragon video games. As always, I'm drinking water in my water bottle because hydration is important.
Absolutely.
and hey y'all, you know who it is. It's Eve the Bunny, Chicago drag artist and queen of Ivy Park. I'm wearing my favorite piece of Ivy Park, which is from the Halls of Ivy collection. That was my favorite drop that ever came out. And also the one that I spent the most money on. I spent like over $2,000 on this drop. But it's this awesome neon green houndstooth hoodie because I love like pop bright colors. And then I love houndstooth as a brand. And I am actually drinking tea with sugar in it. We're not trying to dog on you like that, I promise. But no, I'm drinking Gold Peak Peach Tea. But I'm drinking it in my Renaissance cup.
Period. Okay.
Yeah.
Her.
I went to go see the
Period.
movie, and I was healed.
Period.
Bless my spirit was made.
I love all the Renaissance references because it's not actually far off from what we're talking about today, which is season 16 of RuPaul's Drag Race. The girls that know, and the girls that don't know will soon find out. Let's just say that. But we are here. It is the first of our Instagram review videos for 2024.
Ooh. Happy New Year to you both. I didn't see you guys yet. So
That
happy
part.
New Year to the both of you, Brandon and
Happy New
Eve.
Year. Yes.
Happy New Year.
Lana, I saw you yesterday. No, I'm kidding.
That's why I didn't say nothing to you.
Yes, the confetti
Yes,
is
the
spitting.
confetti. Yeah.
That I think is my favorite one.
Oh, that is a good one.
It's very good. But yes, we are doing our first Instagram review video of 2024. If you're not familiar with our Instagram review series, I'm gonna make a playlist of all of them from last year because they're all very entertaining. But we, as part of our review before watching a new season of Drag Race, we go through the Instagrams of the drag artists competing on a given show, and someone judges, and it's very competitive, and we all get very butthurt over it. Not really, but like actually, some of us do.
Absolutely.
Hi, it's me and Lana.
Yeah.
But we are back. We have cycled through everybody that needed to judge in the last cycle we did, which means we're back to the first ever judge we had doing them, and that's Eve the Bunny.
Yeah.
I'm so happy and privileged to bring down my judgment.
Good. Good.
Because reading is what?
Fundamental.
It's like my gavel.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
but it's scissors.
But it's scissors.
Because she get cut. Because some people need to be cut.
Sometimes you need to gavel, and sometimes you need to cut a bitch.
Absolutely.
That part.
So we have 4 of us competing. It's gonna be myself, Lana, Brandon, and then David. Y'all know David. He's just not with us today because he was tired or something. He does a lot of work.
He works. Things happen.
Yeah. So he is also competing. Probably gonna win.
Probably.
But we shall see what happens. Without further ado, you ready, Eve?
I'm ready. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Let's take a look at our beautiful cast season 16. Ow. This promo is growing on me. I will say this promo has grown on me a little bit, and a lot of these looks I like more than I did when we talked about the cast. Which, make sure to go check out our cast assessment for season 16, available right up there. Over there. It's over there.
Mm-hmm.
But
I like this promos. I like the look of this promo.
Lana, you weren't here for it.
I wasn't here for it.
Yeah. Why not?
I like the look of the promo. That's it. I just think it's kind of cool and cute. All the looks cool and cute? No, but I like the look of it. It's a cool and cute promo.
Perfect. Well, and for allegedly having to refilm it like a week and a half prior, you know what? We'll take it. We'll take it. So
absolutely.
As we typically do, we're going to go in alphabetical order for these videos, which means we are starting with a mandatory meeting. So,
who, by the way, because I happen to be a drag artiste in Chicago, and I end up knowing some of these Drag Race girls through proxy or them coming through the scene or whatever. Amanda randomly liked one of my posts yesterday, and I'm not following her, so that kind of confused me. I was like, how did you find this girl? But I think it was a reply to someone else's post that I made, but I'm like, hey girl, what's up?
Hey Amanda.
What's up, Amanda?
All right, Eve.
Yes.
We got 4 looks for Amanda, starting with look number 1.
Okay.
Look number 2.
Yeah, okay.
Look number 3.
Yeah, okay.
And look number 4.
Yeah.
I will say, I was pleasantly surprised with what I saw on Amanda's Instagram.
Were you?
Yes, because it's not the most diverse pool of looks, and it's not the most elevated thing in the world. But I thought they were all some pretty solid looks overall.
Their looks.
I was the opposite. I didn't find Amanda's looks to be as diverse to choose from, or like it didn't make me excited to see what she does in this season, which is unfortunate because these are the videos that get me excited about the queens, to see how they are going to be in the season. Hope, what I can look forward to. Looking through her Instagram, I was like, I hope there's more. I hope once she gets on the show, there's more, because I wasn't feeling the and so I don't know. And two of these looks, I picked both of these looks. So I don't know which one of these looks are my looks, actually.
There are a lot of overlap amongst all of us in the picking and choosing of our looks.
So I have absolutely no idea which one is mine. I just know the ones that I picked and sent in, because I sent in 2 choices for each. And so I have no idea. But these looks all just give me about the same. So hopefully there's more to Amanda Mandatory Meeting in the show than it is in these Instagram looks.
No, I agree with Lana with this, because when I was going through picking my choices, I didn't have a lot of choices, if I'll be honest. Because I think if I saw correctly, she only had maybe 80 pictures.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah,
that was part of the reason. And I was just like, okay. But however, the ones that I did pick, I was like, okay, this is doable. There was one look I didn't pick specifically, and we'll talk about it after Eve judges. I almost did, but I'm kind of glad that my initial choice that's in here is what I wanted. So
cool. Yeah.
So, are we ready for the judgment of the bunny?
Absolutely.
I said in the Meet the Queens that the biggest issue I had with the mandatory meeting is it felt like that she was almost pretty much reading everything off of memorization. It didn't fully seem authentic, and I didn't really get to know who she was and her personality. It seemed like she was telling us what she wanted us to hear. I still, out of all these looks, do not know who this girl is. I think that's the main issue that I have with all 4 of these looks, is for me, all 4 of them lack personality, because they look like 4 different people. And none of them are really just wowing me. I feel like that the third one, the one in the red, could possibly be the one the closest to who she is and her aesthetic. But I don't know what's going on with this yassified Patrick Star in the top right corner, and then this bottom right one, I thought it was Lady Camden for a second. Y'all ready for my scores? That's all I'm saying.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay. So I'm gonna give the lowest score to Patrick Star up there trying to do the cat to the cat cow. Because no. I'm sorry. It doesn't fully give for me. I feel like I kind of know the direction of where she was trying to go with it. I'm going to be inspired by, you know what I mean? I'm going to do very much like how Manila would do looks inspired by cartoon characters. You know what I mean? Where it would have that bit of a camp exaggeration to it. It just doesn't fully give that to me with this look. So I'm going to give it a 20. The blue one is cute. It's very simple, but it's not horrible. I would give it a 75. Bottom right. Bottom right, I'll give an 82, and then I'll give an 85 to bottom left. I honestly feel like out of all of them, that one just seems the most I feel like I would want to start from there and know more about her. You know what I mean? I feel like seeing all these other ones and other things wouldn't be worth the meeting.
So red is the winner.
Red is the winner.
Here we go again.
Yeah, we start off just like I knew it. Just like I knew it would be.
Yep.
I knew it would be. At least I got second again.
Thanks for the 20, Eve. I really appreciate it. I feel
Why
really
are we doing this?
Because quite literally, when I went to go pick, that was kind of the only good look left.
Yep. Absolutely. I can imagine. Like I said, Brandon, I picked that blue one and I picked that pink one, and the pink one was my second look. And I was like, I don't know which one is mine.
All three of you picked that blue look, by the way.
Because it was the only one that was decent enough. Like,
and the funny thing is, the other one I submitted was another blue look, but I don't think that was and I almost picked Patrick, if I'll be honest.
I was like, fuck it, I guess. We'll go for Yassified Patrick, whatever. But I am still excited for Amanda. I think personality is going to give something. I'm interested.
We'll see. I'm open.
With her breastplate foreskin. We'll see what happens.
I just hope she sees some personality in this damn meeting.
Yes.
I hope so.
Absolutely.
Speaking of personality, Dawn.
Actually, her name is pronounced Zouwn.
Zon.
Okay.
Zon. It's
Zon, honey. Zon, honey.
Okay, that's actually pretty cute.
Hey, Zon.
Have y'all seen where all of the Latina queens on the season are like trying to be like, oh no, there's 6 Latina queens. Dawn's Guatemalan. I'm like, no, don't do that to that one.
No.
Man, she's light skinned.
Yes. No.
Yes.
No. All right. Zwan.
Look number 1.
Look number 1. Mm-hmm. Look number 2. This is a step up overall, I'll tell you that much.
Mm-hmm.
Look number 3.
Mm-hmm.
And look number 4.
She's a period girl. She's a period. That's what that's
This is a diva.
Let me just say again, both of my picks are on this, but I kind of think I know which one is mine this time because
you can check, Lana.
Oh, I did not. I don't want to do this. I want to be surprised, but I think I know which one is mine, and both of them are here, but all 4 of these are really good. Like such a step up from the last one. So I'm very excited about this. I was excited about
that other white girl.
Exactly. I was excited about Zon before. And so now I'm very much even still more excited about Zon now. So Zon girl, yes, work. I like what I see here. I'm excited. And if the person who takes my first pick, I know because I probably ain't got it, I'm just going to just strangle you. I'm putting that on the line. I'm saying it. Saying it. Whoever took my first look. I know it ain't Logan, so it's between Brandon and David. So it's between Brandon and David.
I picked fourth.
I know. So it's between Brandon and David. So if one of y'all pick my look, just know I'm coming for your head.
Where's Zorn? Where's Zorn?
While Logan searches for that, I want to say this.
Oh, y'all getting divorced.
Always David. David does not like black women. I'm just gonna put that out there. and I will say it later on in this podcast because I know David stole a look from me that belongs to me, and it only belongs to me, and he is wrong for stealing that look because he does not like black women. And I've told him that in that last Instagram thing that we did, and I'm saying it again. David does not like black women. Or maybe he just doesn't like me. Maybe it's a personal
Maybe
thing.
he admires black women so much that he's like,
I
No,
want
I'm
to
not trying
be
to
like.
defend it.
No, I'm just kidding. I love David so much.
We love
don't
David
take anything.
Healy.
Don't take
He's
anything I'm saying seriously because
He's
I
not
really
here.
love
We
it.
can talk shit about him while he's not
I
here.
can't. I love David.
Child, the way David's gonna watch this video and his eyebrows is gonna be doing all of this, child. I'll be like,
Right.
Oh,
He's
no.
gonna be so
Oh, no,
bad.
he's not going to be able to understand what Lana's saying because he listens to it at 2.6 speed.
Well,
2.6. Oh god.
2.6 speed.
he's
Okay.
Oh,
working.
so is it super
True.
sped up?
Yeah.
He speeds it up very quickly because he's working. So he's trying to get through a lot of
Got
them quickly.
It's funny.
But
Okay, well,
go ahead.
Yeah. So when I was going through Dawn's Zorn
Dawn.
pictures, this was hard because
Mhm.
I almost wanted to pick this polka dot look,
Mhm.
but that ended up not being my top two. So
Well, then I know that was not yours. Stop giving
Right, you
away
can't
the
say
damn-
Yeah, you
that,
don't
Brandon.
reveal what
So
you're
sorry.
doing. Brandon.
sorry.
Brandon, act like you've been here before.
I've only done one other one.
But you've been here
before.
Act like
Anyways.
it.
Quit acting
No, yeah,
brand new,
and also
girl.
Zorn's
Word,
my
who is
Stop
Apple
acting
Peppermint? Why you
Brandon
acting
new,
brand new?
Brandon.
Brandon Woo.
and also Dawn was my draft pick, so of course it was going to be difficult.
Yes, of course.
But yeah.
On Dawn.
Well, I will say that I love these looks. I'm coming to find out that, like I said, I can find out anything or really tell any like personality characteristics from Amanda based off of her looks or anything. With Dawn, I feel like I can. Dawn gives me very period piece, almost like Renaissance fair, very Ren fair, very medieval. Even when it comes to like her promo look, it almost gives me like a medieval warrior kind of, you know what I mean, girl. And then this gives like, you've got the like skirt with the bustle on the bottom left, and then you've got this like Harlequin clown in the top right, and then you also have kind of these like Harlequin jester vibes out of the top left, and then the bottom right. I love the fact that like she's in like a like nice silhouetted gown, but it gives me these Spanish vibes to it. I don't know. I don't know. I feel like that's her aesthetic I get from her looks, is they're very like dated, and but in a good way, in a really good way. And they look very decently elaborate too. It didn't look like she just up and down something, you know. So I'm really gonna be happy to see what other things she's gonna have on the runway, because I feel like it's gonna be like some we didn't even think about that kind of things. All these looks are sickening. The first one honestly caught my eye the hardest. And I feel like it's because of the contrast between the blue and the pink really just hits so hard. And I'm just like, the polka dot jester one I do like. I will be honest with you, I'm not going to make the reference to another entertainer who has been referenced as a clown, quote unquote, and then who's also been who is a trans man who's also been referenced to another trans man who does a lot of black and white makeup. I'm not going to make all these references and things like that, especially because that's the cup award I did not win. But
mind you, y'all, she found out she didn't win a cup award today because the bitch hasn't watched the video.
Because I didn't win.
Like,
if I would have won, I would have watched it.
Oh.
Because y'all would have told me. I would be like, if you won, I would like, oh my God. And I would have watched it.
Sorry that Lana and I cleared all the categories.
What the hell I'm going to watch that for?
Because
we're entertaining, and I put a lot of fucking work into that video.
I watched half of it. No, but I will say that I am getting I don't know. There's something about, and I guess to be honest with you, and to give credit to somebody who I don't really give credit to a lot, Jimbo's one of the few people that I feel like does this to the point where it actually looks discernible. I feel like it gets to a point sometimes where drag queens go into clown and it all looks like the same kind of clowns. And I feel like that, like, either like Jimbo or Bianca, I feel like two people that like when they do clown drag, it still has more of an originality to it. You know what I mean? It doesn't fully look like I'm going to do the black and white mime clown, or I'm going to do the, you know what I mean? Like those like stock clown looks, you know? Like,
I would say like Jimbo, Bianca, and Dawn are all on like the same drag planet. in the drag
can see that.
universe
I
of
can see
clown
that.
drag. Like they're on the same planet.
I can see that. I can see that. But I do see them all as three, like,
Agreed.
the individual people. Very much like if you took the face out and you just had the look up there, I'd be able to tell who is who, kind of a thing, you know? So I'll score-wise for these. I will say that these are all going to get real high scores. I'm going to give the top right an 80 because it's not bad. I'm going to give the bottom right an 85. I'm going to give the bottom left a 90, and I'm going to give the top left a 95.
Yay!
Yeah.
Here I go second again.
But David came last, and we can all celebrate that.
Ooh. Yes, that part.
No, I saw this look because I like I said, I picked fourth. I saw that look and I was like, how did no one?
I didn't see it.
But
I didn't even see it.
it's very like the drag that I love. And I was like, it's very PC. Like I love the way that so this is, I think from what I remember, this is a garment created from pieces of a dress that she wore and then reconstructed the whole thing into this like long sleeve pants situation.
It gives me Monster High Frankenstein kid.
It was very cute. I didn't see it. If I would have saw that, that definitely would have been in my top looks.
Oh, I just remembered we did like one of the last videos we did 2 points for the winner, 1 point for runner up. Do we want to do that again?
We did what?
We did 2 points for the winner and 1 point for the runner up. Do we want to do that again?
Sure, so I can have 2 points.
I was gonna say, like,
oh yeah, we did start that this time. Last time. Yeah. Well, we said we are going to continue to do that for the rest of the.
We did, and I just remembered it. So
I'm glad you remembered it. But
all that means is that all that means is that David, Lana, and I have 2 points each, and Brandon is not on the board yet. But you know,
it's fine.
I'm not trying to be shady, but I'm just trying to give us all more points.
Yeah.
Hey,
hypothetically.
Hey, Brandon, look at it this way. I don't have any points either.
That part. No, yeah. So going back to these looks again, I did not look at the one that because the one that Logan picked, I didn't even see it either.
Me either.
So
I didn't see it.
I saw everything else. I
didn't see Brandon's look.
Really?
No, I didn't see
one
yours.
That stood out to me.
It was pretty far back too.
Mm-hmm.
I think yours was actually the most recent, Lana.
Yeah, because
I love yours.
I was literally trying to get it done so quickly because I wanted to make sure you had them in time that I didn't scroll all the way back, which I feel like maybe next time I'll do it earlier so I can go back and see some things because it got to a point where it was late and I was like, I just really need to finish this.
I understand.
So I can go to bed.
I understand.
Yeah,
hey, with the revised rules that we remembered we were doing, you're currently tied for first. So,
but I picked David's look, and then that was my look that I ended up picking was my second look, which I just loved either way. I was like, either one I get is going to be great.
There's so much overlap between the four of us in our pick.
Yeah,
sure.
Lana's gave me Sweetie Todd vibes.
Ooh, I thought America's Next Top Model very
I see that too.
I was like
this
very
is like final four to choose who walks in the show.
Exactly. That's what it gave me. It was like one of those stand behind this graffiti wall, and then you got this graffiti dress, and she's like, very American.
And they just finished graffitiing the dress, and so this is her first shot after they graffitied the dress.
That's what it gave me. But yeah, they were good. All right.
Geneva Karr with a promo looks like Eve hated.
I didn't hate it. I just think the bottom of it looks like it belongs to a Power Ranger.
Ooh.
And that's why I enjoy it. But
that's why I enjoy it too.
I like it though, but I see it. I see what you mean. But I will just say Miss Karr has a very impressive Instagram. I was very impressed. Very impressed.
And I think that's going to be reflected in the four looks that I'm about to show you. So,
all right.
Look number 1.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Look number 2.
Interesting.
Okay.
Look number 3.
Okay.
And look number 4.
Okay.
I will say the impressive is more so with the performance ability, but the looks are still good. The quality of the looks are consistent. The quality of the looks are good. The performance ability, I'm excited to see this one perform.
I'm glad you clarified.
Yep.
Yeah. Again, 2 looks. Both of my looks end up here, but I know which one is mine because I didn't pick that book. That looks like that. But it's interesting. It's good. I think they're, like I said, her Instagram impressed me. I agree with Logan. It was more watching her videos than watching the actual pictures itself, because her videos, I was like, oh, this is what we have to look. She made me want to look forward to what she can do as a performer on the show. I don't know what her looks are going to be like, if they're going to be stellar and amazing, immaculate, like huge or whatever. But I know if she performs like she's performing on her Instagram, she's going to give us some really good performances, and I cannot wait to see.
Yeah, like the performances, I was blown away. Like giving the Texas girl that she is, like I am ready. Like, and
we're gonna get some good Texas drag from this one, and I'm very excited. 2 seasons in a row of good Texas drag.
And all the references she's doing in all these 4 looks, I'm like, oh, this is like, I almost picked one of these as well, but I know which one is mine, so I'm going to save the rest for the very end, obviously after Eve picks. But like the references, like it's just she knows what she's doing.
Absolutely.
So
yep, we will see. Eve, over to you.
So, to be honest, the looks look cute. Nothing is overly wowing me, but I do like them. They're not bad at all. The top the top right one for me, it's like I felt like I saw where she was going, because it's kind of giving Corpse Bride, but it's looking just like a blue girl in a wedding dress, as opposed to like the actual Corpse Bride. It's lost some of the cartoon aspects that I think go with it to really add that Tim Burton-ness to it. It's almost like if the Corpse Bride was a real girl, kind of a thing. You know what I mean? I feel like that a lot of times if I see someone do cartoon-inspired looks, they may add different, white line highlights or under eye or something like that to like really exaggerate the makeup and stuff to give it that more cartoon kind of look. And this is kind of like, I'm gonna be blue because the girl's blue. You know what I mean? But other than that, she doesn't look like a cartoon. She looks like a person. So I'm like, okay, it's not bad. I see where you're going, but I don't know. I'm not overly wowed by the Freddy Krueger, just because of the fact that I see a lot of drag Freddy Krueger's child, and I swear to you, we always will find some way to get that damn Freddy Krueger sweater and turn it into a skirt, and we'll have a hat cocked to the side and one glove on one hand, because Lord knows we bought the set of 2 gloves, but we can't find both of them. We can only find one, and then we got to make sure we can still text while we're in the club, so we just only have one glove on one hand. And in the boots, no. Bottom left, I'm not mad at. It's not bad. I hate that that's a bodysuit, though. It's a good bodysuit, but I kind of hate that's a bodysuit. I almost would have wished it would have been one of those like rubber latex ones that like look like abs and boobs, like that has that Tenderoni has, that like drag kings wear, so it looks like they have up pecs and stuff, because that's just giving me a little bit too much. Like there's it's like, it makes me think of those t-shirts that have bikinis on the front of them, but it's like printed. You know what I mean? I'm like, oh, I feel like that you just have abs printed on a t-shirt. I love the look and the direction of the look though, because it gives me very androgynous drag, similar to like Coco Kane when she was doing Dragula Titans, and she would do some of those gender bendy type looks. That I do live for very much out of this look. I feel like that's something different, and I feel like if she was to wear that or have this look on the runway, it could possibly eat if it was done really well, because you don't see a lot of gender bent looks done well. I feel like when it goes to more of a mask aesthetic. I mean, I think of UK versus the world when they did that Butch Queen runway, and child, everybody just looked like lesbians. And I was like, none of y'all look like men.
I literally just rewatched that last night.
Yeah. I was like, none of y'all look like dudes. Like Jenny J.K. walking out like Orange is the New Black. None of y'all look like dudes. And like, you know what I mean? So like, this I appreciate, because this is giving like, dude, this is giving like buff sex rocker, like welcome to the jungle, like, you know what I mean? Like, I see chicks throwing their panties at this dude at the concert. And then the top left one is I feel like very traditional, and I think it's very, very beautiful. I love the paneling and the colors. I think it's done really well. And then that little nude illusion booby kind of moment she got over here in the front doesn't look fake or like doesn't match her skin tone. It looks sickening too. So I'm like, those are going to be some of the cleaner ones for me. So score wise, I am going to put Miss Corpse Bride at a 65. I am going to put Freddy Krueger at a 70. I'm going to put the black look at an 85, and I'm going to put the top left at a 90. Yay!
Oh, that
Brandon,
was
you got a
mine.
Yes, I got a point now.
Brandon's on the board! Yay!
Oh, I didn't think that was mine because that's not the picture I sent. But okay.
That is the picture you sent.
I don't think it is.
You know,
Take the points, Lana. Take the
I'm
points.
gonna take the point because it's the same outfit.
Human error might have happened. Hold on.
I'm about to say.
Uh-oh.
No, my darling diva angel of life. This was your first choice that you sent me.
That was.
I'm looking at our message right now.
I'm looking at it. Oh, yep. Okay. I knew it was the same dress, but I thought it was a different pose.
Oh no, baby. I took that exact photo. I said copy and paste.
I'm looking at it too. I did. Yep. But yay!
I was like, I haven't fucked up one of these videos yet. Please tell me we're not.
No, you have not. No, you have not. No, you're not. I'm so excited. I thought that was. Oh, yay! Great. Woo! I'm excited.
Yay.
I picked David's look too, and I was like, that's probably mine. That was my second choice. But yeah, I'm glad David picked that first.
I almost picked the Blue Bride look.
I'm glad you did.
No, but my second choice though is not even on here. So elaborate. So the second choice that I picked was an eyeball look.
I should have picked your second pick.
Yeah, you should have picked that.
I almost did. I was like, oh, that's a really good look.
And then of course when I picked the body.
Now we have had some sickening eyeball looks though. Would it have been some of the eyeball looks we've already had?
No.
I'm like, would it be who was that? Metamore Kid?
Oh,
eyeball look. Where it was like the helmet with the lashes. Who was that?
No, that's Blue Hydrangea.
That was Blue Hydrangea. There was somebody else who did an eye look though.
I didn't do Blue Hydrangea. I don't even know who that is.
There was another. I think I know what you're talking about with Blue Hydrangea, but we did an Instagram this year where somebody had an eyeball look.
We had one where Vermelia did a lot of different eyeballs, and then we had one where
it might have been Metamore Kid actually. I don't remember.
Maybe. I don't remember. But yeah, I do remember the look you're talking about. I just don't know who did it.
And I remember the one on the runway. I'm thinking the one on the drag race runway, and that one was Blue Hydrangea.
Yeah, that's the one I remember.
I'm about to say I didn't see Blue Hydrangea, so I know that's not the one. No, that one was.
That's I was like, if it could be that eyeball look, possibly.
But yay, Lana and
Brandon.
And
Brandon.
Brandon's on the board.
Love that.
Hershii Licqour-Jete from the legendary house
That's
of Jete. Now I'm gonna be honest.
I'm be honest. Be honest. Please be honest, Logan.
I love Miss Hershii. I'm
Me
very
too.
excited to see Miss Hershii on
Me
this
too.
show.
Me
I'm
too.
very excited to see her represent the House of Jete.
Period. Me too.
However, comma, the full look photos that were available of Miss Hershii Licqour-Jete were few and far between. And half of her Instagram is her out of drag, which I'm very happy to see because that is a very attractive individual outside of drag. However, comma, it did make this video a little bit difficult from Miss Hershii Licqour-Jete. So, but I love her. She's
a personality girl more than a look girl.
She is a working queen. She is a performance girl more than she is a look girl because the performance is everything.
Well, see, that's the one thing I've kind of had to like come to realize and be okay with. I mean, I have to because it's her and her drag. With Monet Exchange.
Mm-hmm.
Is Monet Exchange she will look good. She will look good. But baby, she will look like she got a Forever 21 dress on. Now she'll look real and she'll look like she can't be clocked. And she'll look like she just walked out of Forever 21 like she worked there or she was the manager or some shit. But yeah, she gonna look like she got on a little spaghetti strap, something down to the knee, and a kitty cat and that's gonna be it.
Yeah. So, Hershii Licqour-Jete.
Come on, Miss Hirsch. Ooh, hold on now. Hold on.
Mm-hmm. Look number 2. Look number 3. And look number 4.
Oh, she looks like my niece there.
Oh.
She looks like my niece. Daughter of Dita Ritz, Ivana Tequila Ritz. Shout out my niece Iana from Chicago. Send her some love. Give her a follow. She's really sweet. All right, so tell me about these looks, y'all. Or what y'all think about these looks? Because they're not bad.
They're not bad looks.
No, she's really giving, from at least my perspective and from what I've experienced of the Black Auntie experience, because I've had a couple, it's giving Black Auntie, and I love it.
Oh yeah,
like that's what it gives for me.
I'm very Black Auntie, so resonates.
Yeah. Her drag in a lot of ways reminds me a lot of you, like performance wise, look wise. Like from what I've seen of your performances and from what I've seen of your drag, which is good drag, by the way, go follow Iman. But she reminds me a lot of you. Like y'all would be in the same typecasting group if you were like in competition to be like the spot on Drag Race. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Which is stupid because I wouldn't want them to have to be in competition with each other. I want them to actually just be there, but whatever.
I agree with you. However, we know how Drag Race works.
We know how
America works. We know how television works.
How reality TV works.
Yeah, we know how the world works. But
yeah,
I'm about to say, you can't even just put it on America. But anyway,
all the factors of being Black and child
in any space. But all right,
that's a different video.
Right, that's a different video. We'll talk about it later. Look, me and Eve on our tea talk. We'll talk about that on our tea talk. Period. Our tea party. We'll talk about that. But yeah, I like these looks. I think these for me it. Not because she's a Black woman in these pictures, but obviously, you know what? Yeah, because she's a Black woman in these pictures, this is very relevant. It's like I know this girl, I've seen this girl, I've met this girl, like this girl and me hung out, and that's what I liked about the pictures. They were very much like, oh, okay, this is my friend from around the way. This is my girl. Whatever, insert name. Like this is her. She getting ready for the club with the rollers, and like we've all the Black girls who didn't have roller sets. We didn't have that picture where we put our rollers in our hair. It's just relatable for me. But I think they're good pictures. I'm excited for her. I want to know how this will translate to the show because I want her to be herself and be Hershii. but I also want her to be Hershii and people accept Hershii for Hershii. You know what I mean? I want her to be able to be her and do
And people
her
like
drag,
it.
and people like her because it's like, yeah, that's good drag. I appreciate that drag. I don't want people questioning her like, why she this a little bit, little. I don't, you know what I mean? I don't understand. I want it to be where it's just relatable to everybody, not just to the Black audience, but relatable to everyone. And I think she might have the personality to do that. I hope so.
Yeah, I love all these four as well. Like again, like Logan said, like Hershii's more performance based, and like you can tell who who Hershii is like with performances, and like I can even like resonate with some of these looks in a way, especially the first one.
Mm-hmm.
So I can like she can just exude like the type of personality that she can. Like that's what I'm excited for. That's what I'm excited like for most of these queens overall. So
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah. Like we're saying, Hershii gives that Black auntie energy. It's like a specific 35 to 55-year-old Black woman subset kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Where it's like you can tell the movie references that she uses when it comes to like her drag. You can tell the song choices that she mixes into stuff because the stuff she grew up on, like that kind of thing. Very Candy Davenport, very Asia O'Hara, very Raja D. O'Hara, just very Black auntie, very Jasmine Masters, very like Black auntie vibes.
Kelly Hilton.
Kelly Hilton, very much
Get it,
so.
baby.
Like the first one, I love because it makes me think of, and I don't know if this is a reference point or not, but it makes me think of the movie Mahogany with Diana Ross. And I just love that. I love that the second one gives what makes me think of just like classic Southern pageant drag kind of a situation. The third one, she's at the gig, doing the show, looking good, feeling good. The fourth one is makes me think that it's referencing Beyonce's "Why Don't You Love Me" music video kind of situation where she had like the cheetah print bathrobe and the hair put up in the rollers and everything, and it's just. But even at the same time, even if that's not what it's referencing, and it's referencing the more natural of like, I'm a Black woman and I've got my hair put up, and you know what I mean? Like the Black woman's nightly routine of getting out of everything. You know what I mean? It's still, everything has references, and everything has like points that I feel like people can pick and go, oh, I know where this came from. I know where that came from. I know where that came from. Like even for you guys to say that you thought that she may have had some of the least amount of pictures or options of pictures, it's funny how I can see so much personality and tell so much from her from these four pictures, as opposed to not being able to see a damn thing out of somebody like a mandatory meeting out of all four of her pictures. You know what I mean? Like it's really interesting. And I'm just really happy to see her on the show.
The crazy part about that, Eve, is when you said that she had pictures. It was just a lot of them was like videos, her out of drag and doing skits and performing and things like that. It wasn't necessarily about the looks. It was about the performance. So I'm like, she had all the pictures, but since this is about looks, she didn't have enough for us to like, oh my God, I can choose from this and this and this and that. Now we were picking performance pictures or performance video, baby. We would have had. I still would have been looking because she has them and she performs and she's funny.
And it's good.
She's good and she's funny. So I'm like, I can't wait to see her perform on the show. Now, what about her looks? We'll see. It's like a TBH about her looks because we don't know.
Yeah.
But her performance, oh, I'm ready. I'm sad.
All right. Let's score Miss Hershii. All right. So I'm going to give my lower score to, I don't want to say low, like super low, because none of these be bad, but my lower score to the dress in the top right. I'm going to give that an 85. I think it's good. I think it's gorgeous. I do wish there was a little bit more to it, but I'm not mad at what it is. I would give 89 to bottom left. I just think her body looks snatched, and she looks like baby. She's already on the Work the World tour. That looks like that's a Vegas residency shot.
Yeah.
So I was like, work. I will give bottom right a 95 because I love that. I something about it just gives Black woman. Period. Like she looks like my mother. She looks like my auntie. I love it. But then yeah, my favorite is top left with the kind of like I think that's a feather situation on the top of it. I just think it just looks so pure, if that's a way to say it. Like they have some of these fashion looks or wherever where they'll just have these girls in just the lightest of feathery kind of fabrics and stuff to be like, ooh, I'm dainty, I'm Mhi'ya, I'm chaste. So that's what she's giving me. So I'm gonna give her I'm gonna give that one a full.
Per.
Yeah. Who's that?
Let's go,
That
Lana.
was mine too. Oh my god, because Brandon, I picked that second look. I thought that was my look. Oh my see, this is why I don't like I love not knowing.
Let's go, Lana.
Yeah. I picked both of those looks. Brandon
and too.
I know, I'm very excited. I picked that because of everything that was like there were a lot of good like gowns and there were some good like performance looks. I was like, let me do something a little bit different and do exactly what you said, Eve. It gave me like what I think of when I think of Black woman like de-stressing for the day. Like that's what it gave me, and I was like, oh, I love it. It's a little on the simpler side, but I hope that Eve appreciates
her makeup,
it. And you did.
Her makeup is so beautiful in that. It looks like it's like I woke up like this. That's what it's giving. Like I woke up like she just finished her shower. She put on her makeup. She put the rollers in her hair, and she was just like, "Let me get myself dressed, and then I'll take these rollers out."
We done caught her 2 seconds before she was about to pop a bonnet on and sit down with a glass of wine and watch the new episode of Real Housewives of Atlanta. That's
absolutely. And then she was go. And right before bed, she was gonna take them rollers out, put that bonnet back on so it can keep her curls and go to bed.
Yeah, Hershii was a one that was like so hard to like find a good one. Like a lot of these were good, but it like for me it narrowed down to like what I thought like I'm not gonna lie, like really looked the best, and I thought that this purple rose really looked like the best to me. And when I saw Lana's, I was just like, "Oh wait." So
I feel like that also kind of goes to the credit of like what you were saying, Logan, with like it's good in its simplicity, because I feel like that can sometimes can end up happening. You know what I mean? Like sometimes you can end up having some people who will have all of these looks that just look like all the bells and whistles, and you're like, this is kind of overload. Like, damn, you know what I mean? And sometimes it helps to have some of those looks where it's just like it looks clean, it looks natural, it looks effortless. It, like you said, like I woke up like this, like that looks like she's getting ready for the photo shoot, and they just decided let's just take some test shots.
Right,
she's there.
Yep.
She got a new camera, but she has her rollers in. Let me take some new test shots.
Yeah. Just play with
see how the lighting looks. Just see how the lighting looks.
Right, because she's sitting at her vanity here. She's not looking at the camera. She's sitting at her vanity. They're taking pictures of her from the side.
Exactly.
As much as we want to talk about Hershii Licqour-Jete, we must move along because there are 10 other people to talk about, including
Megami.
I will go ahead and say I was very impressed.
Me too.
Oh, I'm also very impressed by finding her alt Twitter, and I was very happy to see what I saw, and I'm very happy to see what I've been seeing.
So, I did not look for her alt Twitter, thank you, and I will not go there. But I enjoyed what I did see on her Instagram.
Mm-hmm. So,
Oh,
look number 1.
work.
Look number 2.
Okay.
Look number 3.
Oh, bitch.
And look number 4.
Well, I already know what my top one is, second, third, and fourth.
Well, just go ahead and say it, Eve. I just feel like we should just let
I'm like,
you go.
you
Because
kind of just showed
baby.
them. You kind of just showed them to me in order.
Oh,
So I would say fourth is the top left. I'm gonna give that one a 80. I think it's nice. I think it's just a hair simple. But I think it's fresh. I think it's like I'm just out here in New York dancing in the streets. It's
In
giving
Staten
like
Island.
West Side
Right now.
Story, you know.
very much West Side Story.
It's very I like to be an America.
Yes, and that's why I picked it, Eve, and I thought you would appreciate it, Eve.
Why would you
Well,
say that
okay.
when the picture just
We know that one's yours now.
All right.
Yes,
All right,
because
well,
you already gave it a score and you already said it was 4th. I don't care.
I
okay.
mean,
That was
feelings are hurt.
The third one is the Pokemon leader. Just
I
because
thought
I'm a
that
big
was you.
Right. I thought that was you.
That was you.
Could have left some mystery there. Damn.
No.
But
But-
are we?
The Pokemon leader, I like. I love the nostalgia for the Pokemon. I love the shoulders and I love the silhouette of that look too. It's giving very like powerful. It's giving very. It makes me think of, even though I know my gym leaders and her hair color is not correct, it's giving me the psychic gym leader Sabrina, the one that has the little
Period.
doll, and the Abra. But,
Hi, hello.
But Sabrina has black hair and she ain't got black hair.
That is true.
I'm gonna do a switch around on my top two because I do love that dragon look, that demon. Like I love it. I love the prosthetic. I love the cigarette. I love it. Something about that look with her on that porch. I'm sorry, baby. It's like Southern Cotillion. I love the what it makes me think of too is it makes me think of Deja Sky's outfit that she wore on the first episode of her season, where it was just those heavy, like almost African prints, which I know that's not what Megami has on, but that's one thing that's very prevalent in African culture when it comes to dresses that are silhouetted like that, are very heavy, bold prints on colors where they're just like boom, you know what I mean, and like. It like to the point where it could air on gaudy, but it's done so well. I love the top part of the lace. I love the fact that it's down on her shoulders and not like all the way up. You know what I mean? Like her shoulders are showing. It goes into a glove. Girl. Yeah, that's like, and that's also another thing too for me as a drag queen that will always pull me to a look is if it looks like something I would want to wear. I would want to wear the shit out of that. So I'm gonna give the dragon look a 99. I'm giving a full to the dress on the bottom left.
Look at Lana clearing categories today.
Baby.
But you know why I picked that look, because I'm just like that. Oh, when I saw it, I was like, wait a minute, shit,
It's
man.
good.
Like
I saw you pick that one. I was like, fuck, I would have picked that.
Baby,
Like,
I saw
because it's everything I love picking in these fucking videos. I'm like, oh no,
baby, when I saw the one that David, a version of the one that David picked first, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna pick that. Then I ran across that one. I was like, let me switch. This is my second choice. That's my second. This is my first, because the patterns of that skirt and the head wrap, it's like such a, like you said, it's like almost African, but it's very Latin, like
it's very Latino. It's very like I would see like the matriarch of a family in a telenovela wearing that.
absolutely,
Like,
and it's
that's
just so beautiful.
I will say, like we said it when we started the Megami section, I was thoroughly impressed going through her socials because I felt like with her promo, I didn't really get to know who she was. And I was like, I don't know necessarily. I think I even said it in the video or I said it somewhere. I was like, I don't know if this is like what Megami gives. And doing this deep dive, this is another reason why I love doing these videos because I'm like, I know exactly who Megami is now. And I'm fucking excited to see what Megami gives. Like, this has all made me so excited. Plus, the trailer, seeing one of her looks that's actually on the runway, I'm very excited for that too. If you've seen the trailers, you know which one I'm talking about.
Mhm.
I'm excited for Megami. And I'm fine losing this category because Lana and David did what they needed to do in that moment. So I was thrilled.
No, like, because the way that Eve thought that mine was yours.
Well, you know, usually if there is a Pokemon reference, it is me. However, the only other person on our podcast that would probably do a Pokemon reference look would be Brandon Wu. So, you know.
And Dawnstone.
And, well, Dawn doesn't compete with them. She comes in to judge, but she doesn't want to do the videos.
That part. No, yeah, because the Pokemon that just spoke to me instantly, because like the gym leader animation look, like I wish I could see like the full skirt of
Oh
it.
yeah, because she has a full she drew a full animation of this look, and she was like, my gym leader type, cunty type, and I'm like, yes, absolutely, without a shadow of a doubt, yes.
No, yeah, and for this one specifically, I picked 3 because I didn't know if there was gonna be any overlap. I wish now I picked the Final Fantasy one.
Oh, it's so good.
I
Go
know.
look at Megami's Instagram. That's all. If you're a nerd and you like video games, you're gonna fall in love with Megami, like I kind of did.
Yeah,
doing
me
this
too.
video. Like
Me
that,
too.
like she speaks to Brandon and I in the very like nerdy way, and I'm like, I'm excited.
All right.
But,
Well, we move.
well, let's do a point check-in.
Oh,
Before we do that,
okay,
we currently have Brandon in last place with 1 point, but on the board, nonetheless, David and I are currently tied for second with 3 points, and Lana is leading with 8 after 5 categories.
It's been long enough. My time has come. I've been waiting for this
You've
moment.
literally been first or second in every single round so far.
Oh, we love to see it.
We do.
Love to see it. Will it
we
last?
do love to see Mhi'ya Iman LePage.
Yes, we
I
love
love her.
Now,
my draft pick.
I'm very excited for this because unintentionally, we all have created a theme and a collection amongst the 4 photos that I'm about to show you. And if you didn't know that Mhi'ya Iman LePage is a pageant queen before, you're about to learn that Mama is a pageant queen.
Okay.
Work, Mama.
And you're gonna know exactly why as soon as you see the photos, Eve. Don't worry.
Okay.
So, but it's a great collection. I was very excited with Mhi'ya. And I'll talk more about Mhi'ya later. But look number 1.
Okay. I have a dress in that pattern.
I know I've seen it.
Yes, you do. I have seen it.
I've seen it. And you look good in it.
Look number 2.
Oh.
Okay.
Look number 3.
Okay.
And look number 4.
So all her promos.
We all picked her pageant promos.
Because that's what she puts on her Instagram page, baby. That is what
it's pageant promos and videos of her flipping. And
Yep.
I'm not mad at it.
Show not.
I was actually very impressed with Mhi'ya's Instagram. Beyond the pageant promos, which I do kind of love that for the first time in these videos, we've all picked pageant promos. I think that's very fun. For me though, I was very excited looking through because you get this whole pageant side, but then you get the performing side of Mhi'ya, and there were some performance looks mixed in, and it's a lot of bodysuits and a lot of like traditional like performance wear, but done very cleanly. She has a very polished and clean aesthetic, which I love seeing in a pageant queen. I'm hoping that we get the full well-roundedness of her being a pageant queen, and we don't see her fall into the pageant queen trope of comedy being, you know, her downfall. I'm hoping we don't see that because I am a big fan of Mhi'ya so far. I'm very excited for her.
I mean, what can you say? Just look at them. They're all stunning.
Mhi'ya.
Right.
Mhi'ya.
No, and the fact that, like, again, like, the fact that we picked 4 promos, which, like, brands her name, and I'm just like, yes.
Well, it was 3 promos, and I was deciding between 2, and I was like, you know what? We're gonna go all promos today.
Because I had one that wasn't a promo. If you would pick my other choice, it wasn't a promo. But
I was like, nah, we're gonna do this today.
And with that promo,
She
all
did
of them.
What needed.
On all of them.
He's shaking. That's how excited she is over Mhi'ya doing what needed to be done.
Okay. So I have my scores. I'm
Great.
looking everything over. So how do I say this? We'll do the top left at a 90. We'll do the top right at a 95. We'll do the bottom left at 99. And then we'll do bottom right at 100. It was very much for me giving, like, everything just got better and then better and then better. And then I was like, got to the second to last one. I was like, okay, this is my favorite. This is my favorite. Let's see what the last one is. And then the last one has her looking like this full freaking goddess queen of a whole nother country in the middle of the damn desert, looking at her oil fields, just money. And I was like, yeah.
I'm just gonna cue to Lana to be mad. Lana, please feel free.
Because David, this is the second video in a row that David has taken the African princess from the African princess. This is the second time. I'm like, David, you know better. You know better. Anytime you see a queen in an African princess garb looking fabulous like that, that belongs to me. I am the African princess of this panel. I am the African queen of this panel. And David, again, has taken. I said David does not like Black women. I swear, I think David just doesn't like me because he does this to me every single time. He knows
I would
better.
never, Lana.
Yes, that's why Logan at least has the decency to pick after me, so I can pick my African princesses like I want to.
To be quite honest, it's easiest if I pick last because then I just go through everything else. I'm like, okay, well that's not picked.
Logan, you're supposed to go along with me when I say that.
Yes. Well, I also know not to pick the black. I know not to pick the African looks unless there's multiple African looks, and then I pick one of them.
Right, the one I don't pick, David.
Because I picked the one for Amy Yonce Chanel, and
exactly. If I lose because I just didn't pick it, fine. I picked this look, and David stole it from me.
I can confirm she did pick. She did pick that one.
Well,
it's okay.
I mean,
but thank you.
That's gonna have to be a conversation between you and Miss La David.
But see, I also picked this look too, and I was like,
I also picked that one,
which is gorgeous. Yeah, you both picked them,
and I was like. I know, right? And
I feel like that would have add something more to it. Is that like behind the? That looks like that's a picture from behind the scenes.
Yeah, like backstage or something. And that was the only reason I didn't pick it because it's like the background didn't match the look for me, and I was like, oh.
If it was a promo done with that dress, it probably would hit because she probably have something else going with. Because I feel like that looks sickening, but I bet you 9 out of 10 she didn't walk down the runway with just that. She probably had like a mink stole or something like that. You know what I mean?
Yep.
But that gown is gorgeous too. Yeah, I would love to see. I'm really happy seeing this, and I would love seeing her on the runway. I understand kind of where you were going, Logan, where you say you were just kind of scared that she would possibly fit into a pageant mold. Mm-hmm. And it's not so much like a pageant mold. It's the downside of what's happened with pageant queens pretty much up until that Devil by Night chick, where like all of the pageant girls came in and treated this like this was a 350% pageant, and that was all they knew how to do was pageants. They didn't know how to talk behind no camera. They didn't know how to be, you know what I mean? Like all they know how to do is pageants.
They might have been funny, but they didn't know they were funny.
Right. Stuff like that. And that's why I hope that she doesn't fall into a rut where she thinks she limits the amount of things that she thinks that she can do there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I agree.
Looking at black and white,
I don't want her to become one of those pageant girls where they
that blue branded. Oh, I'm just like in awe.
phenomenal.
I accept being last in this one because all three of those looks are better than my look, but they are so good.
I appreciate.
For me,
thank you very much.
For me, Lana's look was sickening, but like two things about it. One, everybody else had a gown except for that one. And then two, also because it's a fabric of a outfit that I already have, and the outfit that I already have is very much more like a leisurely kind of outfit. It isn't done like gown style or anything like that. It's very like this is fun, this is cool. I can do a hot ass 95 degree day show in the middle of Pride outside and be in this outfit and be sexy and cute and be free and have the wind blowing and you know what I mean? Like that's what that look gave me. Very like we're gonna have fun at Pride, y'all. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And then the other ones just started hitting with like glamour,
was
just
exactly
like over.
When I saw it, the way it came in, I was like, the way you put it together, I was like, oh, mine's cute. Oh, Brandon's like, oh, Logan's
like the blue spoke to me. The blue spoke to me. Also, I do have to like point this out.
Oh my god, pants! It's pants.
The blue one? Those are pants?
Yeah, those are pants.
I will say that's one thing that I'm happy that has been happening is that people, I won't say people, I'll be specific. Michelle Visage has an issue with bodysuits, and I don't, because I feel like that sometimes bodysuits can be sickening depending on how they're done. And what's on them and the material that's used to do them, because that's a bodysuit. And that looks sickening, just the way that like all the crystals are done. You know what I mean? It almost like if it was a darker blue, bitch, it would give me like Mystique vibes. You know what I mean? Like she just have to have a different hair color. But
and this is the last thing I'll talk about this, because like I was like, when I had to look at it carefully, I was just like the way she stand is like a dress, but the fact that that's pants, I'm like, work.
It's good. It's good.
And I loved Logan's with that like
that black and white.
Well, it gave me almost like Dynasty.
Yes.
If you see anything on these Instagram reviews that gives even a smidgen of Dynasty, it's probably mine. Because that's why I picked it. I
love a good Dynasty.
That's also one that I would possibly wear, like wearing a host like the vibe or something like that.
And yes, I'm trying to pander to my judge. Absolutely, without a shadow of doubt. I know what your drag is, and I know what you like. So
I absolutely was. That's why I was gonna pick the look David picked, because I knew Eve would love it, and Eve loved it.
Well, as much as we would like to continue to discuss Mhi'ya, we love you, Mhi'ya. We're very excited to see you on the show.
We wish you so much love. Mwah.
Let's talk about Mirage, who I will say, I still don't like this lettuce promo. That's all I have to say. No, I'm kidding. I was actually a little more pleasantly surprised than I thought I would be. With Mirage.
I'm happy to see more of what she's got.
Especially that video we were talking about before we recorded of Mirage lip syncing. I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm a little bit more interested in Mirage now.
Yeah.
I'm there. I'm a little bit more into it. So let's talk about Mirage. Look number 1.
Ooh.
Look number 2.
Okay. I'm in Vegas, y'all.
Yeah. Oh no. If you needed to know where she was from, just scroll a little bit on her Instagram. Every other photo is her posing in front of something in Vegas. So.
Oh, Vegas.
Look number 3.
Okay.
And look number 4.
Wait a minute. I'll see when you put all 4 of the looks back up there. Is she wearing bunny ears in that third look?
She is.
Okay. I see what y'all are doing.
They just unfortunately got kind of cropped. That's my doing. But
I see what's
But they
happening.
are, I can confirm, they are bunny ears.
You know what I find very funny with the second one?
Huh?
What?
So again, her name is Mirage. That is taken in front of the
Front of
Mirage
the Mirage.
volcano.
Yeah, a lot of her photos are taken in front of the Mirage, which is very funny. I will say, I can't speak to how she'll be on the show yet because we haven't seen it. But she has a level of like campy delusion, at least in the way that she like does her photos on Instagram. And I don't really know how else to describe it other than that. Like you kind of just have to go look for it because like a lot of her photos are like, ooh, gorgeous gown, but I'm posing in front of this like trashy Vegas hotel. And I'm kind of living for that. Honestly.
Me too.
I'm a little bit more interested in what she's gonna bring. And I see her aesthetic now in a very similar way to like the way that we have Megami. I was like, I'm a little bit more, I see who Mirage is and where Mirage is coming from with her drag. And so I'm intrigued to see what happens.
We like that though. We like that. The point of these things is to like get to know these girls a little bit better.
I will say all the people that I was a little bit on the fence about coming out of the promo, I'm a little bit more interested in all of them after doing this. And that includes Miss Generic Judy. We'll talk about her later. But
her. So with these looks, I like them all, honestly. I think they're all, I see the campy and I see the delusion too, where you're gonna come for this because like the first one is very almost like FKA Twigs. Very like that kind of raver. She was a skater girl. She said, see you later, girl, kind of thing. The second one, Brandon, sweetheart, I'm so happy that you put the 2 and 2 together that her name was Mirage and she was in front of
I knew.
the Mirage. I put it to you this way. If my name in any way, shape, or fashion was the name of some shit around where I was performing, I would be there every day. I would be out every picture, every promo, every single one. Call me the IHOP. That would be my name. My name would be IHOP. If my name was IHOP, I swear to you, I would be taking bathroom selfies at IHOP, all of that. I would leave the club just to go to IHOP to take pictures because my name is IHOP. Like, she did that on purpose. She did that on purpose. She has a permanent photo spot for the rest of the time that hotel is up whenever she is in Vegas, which is smart. That's freaking branding. Like, that's the reason why I'm Eve the Bunny, and every time I go out, I have a backpack that has bunny ears on it. Like, little stuff like that. Like, little stuff like that, though, makes you that much more interested in the queen, too. Because you're like, oh, you got a little sense of humor about yourself. You know what I mean? And so, like, I live for that. I live for that more than the dress that she's actually wearing in that picture. But I really do want to get to know Mirage a little bit more. She is my draft girl, too. She's on my team. I drafted her, so work. I love this bunny look in the bottom left. I will say that could be a little bit of favoritism trying to be played towards me. You know, it ain't no wrong with that. I'll take it. I'll take it. Thank you. And then this bottom right, she's in a cave. What's happening, sweetheart? Is she horned in a cave? And what's happening? Dungeons and drag hoes in the caves. She looked good, but she looked like she in a cave. Selling drag vagina in a cave. Okay. All right. So my scoring is to the dungeon bitch, bottom right. I'm gonna give that an 85. Cause I don't think it's bad. I'm just like, girl, why are you selling coochie in the dungeon, girl? You gonna get leprosy. Can't just then it's gonna fall off. If
In
it
her
falls
leprosy
off,
print?
you know what they say? If it falls off, you can't sell it.
What? Not leprosy. Oh wow. Okay.
I want to give an 86 to top right because the gown is cute. The location eats the gown up for me. I needed that gown to be a little bit more extravagant, or the look to give me a hair more pow. Like, honestly, if she would have had a little bit more jewels on, and if that was an updo, I'd be like, okay, now you look like you own the damn Mirage. You just look like you're performing there for brunch right now. Top left, I'm gonna give a 95 to, because I do love this like raver girl, skater girl kind of like aesthetic. I love a good pant. I love the black and the yellow, just like if the situation, it gives me almost like Rihanna girl kind of vibes, or rude boy girl, or whatever. But then I gotta give my 100 to my Achilles heel, the bunny in the bottom left corner.
Logan is such a kiss.
No, I'm not. Brandon is.
Brandon is such a kiss ass.
Yay, Brandon!
Brandon is such a kiss.
I was trying to hide my face and be like,
How dare you accuse me, Lana?
Because you are that all the time.
I absolutely probably would have picked that look had Brandon not picked it.
But Brandon, but smart play by Brandon.
I
can't hate the player.
I didn't even think about the bunny ears, if I'll be honest.
Okay, you want to amend your statement? Give me the win, Eve.
Wait, what happened?
No, because like,
was like, I didn't even care about the bunny ears.
Again, I sent the picture. I was just like, oh, the bunnies are cute. But I was just like, I did not, and I forgot. Oh wait, Eve is judging. That's what I meant.
I was very intentional with my choice because I do also know that you are in like you enjoy the skater boy Avril aesthetic. So
I was hoping my dress would be a little bit better because of the Mirage. I was hoping the branding would like, because honestly, girl, her pictures are okay, not the best. It was okay. They're fine. But I was like, this is cute. It's branding. She's in front of the, like, she had one where she was actually in front of the extra Mirage sign. And I was like, maybe that'll be better. But this one just was better. But it's okay. I appreciate it. I don't mind. It's great. Good job on you, Brandon, doing what you did. I didn't even see the bunny ears.
Brandon won a category. Yay!
I didn't even see the bunny ear one, so that's good.
It makes me think of like Alice in Wonderland, kind of.
Like
that's what that I like. I like those bunny inspired looks where it's like I'm gonna blend Alice in Wonderland. For some reason, I like those a lot the most. Where it's like I'm gonna blend bunny in with like an Alice in Wonderland kind of aesthetic, because that gets done a lot.
Absolutely.
What was her name? Who did that? It was on Germany. Yvonne Nightstand.
Yvonne Nightstand.
Yeah.
Did it, and I was like, oh, I love that. And I was like, yeah. So I was very happy with that. And then of course she has this delusionness around her where she's like, I'm this cute little go-go girl bunny, while like guys are making out and doing poppers and sniffing on keys and sticking fingers up each other's butts and stuff. And she's like right next to him, like.
And then in the other photo, she's selling drag vagina in a cave.
Like, these people aren't like
that's what's underneath
next to me.
That's what's underneath the outfit. That Love's Race set on the cave. That was before she got down to the cave, and then that's after she got down in the cave.
That's her on the way to the cave look, and then performance in the cave look. Got it. Yep.
Yes.
Okay. Let's move to Miss Morphine Love Dion, who, I'm very excited for Miss Morphine. But I'm gonna be a little honest here. Not the most extravagant selection of choices to choose from.
I don't doubt that.
She doesn't wear a lot of clothes.
I only say that because I know of the Dion household. Yes. I know of her. I know of her sister, Juicy Love Dion, who is she's like George's, but like 4 years younger.
Oh, good.
Yeah. But like when I say she's like this little tiny Dominican thing, but she's same thing with Morphine in her house family. They are all painted to the freaking T, so she looks gorgeous, and she is very much one that just does backflip, back handsprings into splits in boot and platform heel boots and all that shit just all the time. Yeah.
Well, with that being said, look number one.
Ooh, come on.
Look number 2.
Okay.
Look number 3.
Okay.
And look number 4.
All right. Right. I can also probably promise you that, like the rest of her house, their house is very mug focused. So I bet you she probably had a lot of like selfies on there, or like shots where it was just her face and her makeup.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yes.
And it was a lot of performance as well, which performance-wise, excited to see Morphine perform. But for the purposes of this video, it was a little bit difficult going through her Instagram. But I'm still very excited. That's my baby. That's my baby here in the draft. So I'm very excited for Morphine.
Okay. I mean, this one for me is gonna be really easy too. So I'm going to give my lowest score to bottom left. Hey, free Palestine. I don't know if you know. That was a horrible joke. Because it looks almost like Israeli flag.
It's the flag of Nicaragua.
Yeah, it is not. Yeah, I know, but that's what I was saying.
Same colors, but not the flag.
Same color scheme, very different. Very different, yes.
Very different. Very
free
different.
Palestine.
No, I would say that one because it gives me too much simplicity. I feel like that it's kind of, because I don't know if I can really even tell the bodysuit that she has on. I guess it looks like it's kind of stoned. Is she Mystique?
I think that's the idea.
See, is she supposed to be Mystique because she has red hair? And the bodysuit looks like it has that texture and stuff to it. So why is Mystique in Nicaragua?
Anyway.
I never was a fan of X-Men. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, it's okay. I'm just kind of losing a little bit of what's happening here. Or maybe we're thinking too far into it, and that's just something that she's leaning on. I don't know. It's okay. It's not horrible. It's just the other three are better for me. I'm gonna go to bottom right next. It's giving sexy. It's giving J-Lo. So I would give that one an 89. I think it's hot. But then, like I said, it's not that it's bad. It's that the other two are better. Then we go to my second to last pick, which is going to be a 95. And I give that to top right. Because I think the silver is sickening. I love her shoulder bones popping the hell up, baby. I'm like, I don't even know if that is like how the dress is around the top, if that's covering her shoulders, or if that's like just her elbows. But like just everything from here, boobies, up, it's just queen, royal. And then top left is gonna get 100 because it's giving Shakira, it's giving Puss, it's giving tonight. I'll be a naughty girl. I'm calling all the girls. I'm gonna turn this party out. I know you want my body. That was the first thing I thought when I saw it. I said, "Oh, girl, what did Shakira get in the Naughty Girl video with this Bob Mackie replica on?" And even though, honestly, sometimes the Bob Mackie replicas get kind of annoying because I feel like I see every other damn season somebody's like, "Look, I got the Bob Mackie."
And
French
it's
dress.
also this exact Bob Mackie too. That's
right. That's why I'd be like,
it's a great Bob Mackie, so like I get it, but we literally just saw it on season 15.
Right. As I'd be like, okay, but this is not bad. I think she looks stunning in it. Period. And I kind of like how the top of it, I feel like, is done. I feel like the top of it's done a little bit differently than how they usually are done. The way it like cups more around her chest and stuff. And I'm like, that little details. But yeah.
That was my third pick. But I was but yeah.
That was hot.
That's hot. That's hot. It looks better now looking at it than I did when I was looking through it. So
no,
I honestly feel like too that if it was posed different and she was just standing there and it looked like the Bob Mackie dress, I wouldn't have picked it. I wouldn't have put it as high.
Got it.
But I feel like
I get-
here it almost gives just a little bit more action into the shot, and I'm like, ooh, wait, I like that. Like, you know what I mean?
No, when I saw that, I was just like, oh, I lost.
Yeah.
Like, from the get-go, I already lost. Because here's the thing. I get what you're saying about how simple the Mystique look is. Because like that was like when I picked it, I was just like, oh, this speaks to me. Because yeah, I'm a sucker for blue, but like from this picture alone, like yes, I can agree how like the bodysuit can like isn't like as detailed, but when I looked at the other pictures, like you can see the other details.
And I think that's
So-
possibly what probably would have helped you out more is because I think that's what it is it's just the way that picture is shot. It's so far
Mhm.
back that you can't even really make out any of the details. It would have been better if it would have been a closer up shot of it.
Yeah, so the reference to for that picture in general, because like she threw a Halloween party in Nicaragua for her parents.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Oh wow! So it's a combination of the two. That's so
Yeah.
crazy. Who would have
That's
known you
cute.
would have put X-Men and Nicaragua in the same picture?
That's Morphine Love Dion for you.
Period.
Boom.
I'm very excited for her.
Boom.
Let's move to someone we are all very excited about. Bananas.
Bananas.
And yet none of us picked a banana look, which is rampant across her social medias. But I don't think any of us picked a banana look.
Nymphia
Nymphia.
Wind.
Because now we have Zorn. Is it Nymphia?
Nymphia
Nymphia.
Wind.
Nymphia.
Come on, Nymphia.
I love it.
I love her eyes. Ugh.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. And mm-hmm.
Wait. Oh shit! I can't see the face in that one. Wait.
Oh.
The recording bar is over her face.
Oh, good.
Ooh,
So all I saw was the outfit. Hold on, let me see her face now. Oh, ooh.
It's very geisha.
Ooh. Okay. All right. Does anyone want to plead a case?
I mean, I'm just very excited for Nymphia on a whole. I think everything I saw from her Instagram, it's very, you can tell exactly where she's from. Her culture is so evident in it. And I love that over the last couple of Drag Race seasons we've seen in 2023 and into 2024, we're getting a lot more East Asian representation. And I'm so excited about it because East Asian cultures like excite me so much. Just like as someone who doesn't have a concept for them, because white. I love learning about new cultures, and like that's why I watch so much drag, is because then I get to learn about all of these cultures and like seeing what Nymphia does. I'm so thrilled. It's very similar to what we're seeing right now from Aurora Matrix on Canada's Drag Race. Is like she's bringing her culture into a lot of her drag, and I really appreciate that. I'm so excited to see all of the Taiwanese references that Nymphia brings into Drag Race. I'm so excited for her. I think these also provide a lot of interesting angular movements, but interesting perspectives to her, because you see her culture, but then you also see she does a lot of cosplay work, and she does a lot of like character work that is like traditionally white characters. And that is also equally as impressive. So I was just impressed going through her entire catalog. Thrilled to see what she brings.
and with me being Asian, I relate to a lot of these references.
Yeah.
Like,
Wait, you're Asian?
so I was like, it was so hard picking what I wanted to pick, because I picked 3, because I was just like, I don't know where the overlap was going to be. So, but
If out of all of these, yours is the Cinderella, I'm gonna scream.
But here's the thing. So I was like going through every single one that I could, and I was being strategic on which one I picked.
Because there was that much quality.
Mm-hmm.
is the thing. There were probably about 30 looks at minimum that we could have picked from.
We love that.
And this is a lovely smattering of, all of that.
We love that. I look for that.
Lana, thoughts on
Yeah.
Nymphia? Or I'm sorry, Nymphia, as we're calling her.
Nymphia!
Nymphia.
This is beautiful. Her collection is stunning. I love culture in I love to see all cultures represented in drag, and I love that she is embracing her culture and is like, this is me, this is who I am, and then give it a but still fairy tale with down Cinderella. Kennedy was in here when that picture came up. She said, "Oh, I love Cinderella. I hope to see Elsa and Anna as well." So I kind of like, it was so cute. I was like, "Oh, that's so." I do love Kennedy. I was like, "That's adorable," but I love that she was just like so engaged in the childlikeness of this character, and she enjoyed all the pictures. And so that's what I love about. That's what I do love about drag. It captures people's imagination and children's imagination. They're like, oh, it's just people dressing up and being entertaining. And Nymphia is doing it very well. I love this. I love this package altogether.
All right then, Nymphia.
Nymphia.
I have scores for you, Nymphia.
I don't think any of us are going to be surprised by these.
Mm-hmm.
So, Nymphia, first, Nymphia, I will say, Nymphia, that I will pick Nymphia, your second bottom left Cinderella look, Nymphia, as my number 4 with a score, Nymphia, of 85.
Nymphia.
Third, Nymphia, I will say I will pick Nymphia, your top right picture, Nymphia, with a score of 91. My second pick, Nymphia, will be your second bottom right Nymphia picture for a score of 95. Nymphia, and the winner, Nymphia is the top left Nymphia with a score of 100.
Nymphia.
Damn it.
Okay, so here's the thing.
Nymphia.
The reason I picked the Cinderella was because I wanted to show, because I saw the other 3 looks and I was like, I'm losing this category. So I was like, I just want to show the diversity of her drag and show that like there is this other aspect of it, which is also why I was hyping it up so much. So I was like, there is this whole other aspect that like no one had really tapped into yet from like the photos that were chosen. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna pick this one. It's cute. I'm not gonna win because it's.
I did mentally say, I wonder if the white person picked the white girl, but I didn't.
Hi, I did. Hello. Hi, I did.
No,
but it's just because there was already so much happening. I was like, I don't think I can compete. But Nymphia is incredible. So, Nymphia.
Look at David again picking the. You know what?
Yeah, I was just like, can I do that same rant that Lana did?
Dealing.
No, I respect it. Please do.
Oh my god! Like my top draft pick.
From our cultures.
I mean, the white people always steal from everybody's culture. It is what it is. Well,
I didn't. I stole from my own.
But I will say this: just the intricacy of that makeup look that David picked, like. Come on.
It's
like
stupid good.
No, and this is the first time of me learning of this type of like makeup.
Yeah.
Like and like it just never like boggles my mind like how much culture like East Asian has. And I'm just like,
yeah.
Okay.
I've seen people's makeup looks before too where they're doing like that kind of optical illusion type of thing where it comes to where their facial structure is set up or this, that, and the other, but this is just done so well, because a lot of times it's like, okay, we can see that the eyes are kind of painted over where your brows are supposed to be, or you know what I mean, like once the picture gets up close, it doesn't look as exaggerated. You see a lot of the, you know what I mean, the nuances and stuff. But that just looks so beautiful. It almost looks like a mask. Like I literally thought that was just her with a mask on until I really focused and was like, no, those are her actual eyes, not like looking through something that's on her face. And I was like, that's crazy. That's absolutely crazy and insanely talented.
Yeah. Very good. Good choice.
Agreed.
Work.
Yeah.
Let's move to generic Judy. Who I
Plain
will say,
Jane.
Plain Jane. Generic
Call her
Judy.
by her name. Say her name.
I like calling her generic Judy. It's fun.
Well, you
PJ.
call her that. I'll call her Plain Jane for her.
Which I will say, the drag presented, not bad drag. Looking objectively at the drag, not bad drag.
Not plain drag, Jane.
No, not really.
No, not really.
No.
All right, let's see what Miss Goodall has for us. Hi.
This one.
Hi. The devil's bishop.
This one.
Hi.
And this one.
Well, that's obviously last.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh, well.
Okay.
Right from the get-go.
That's just to say it. I'm sorry. That's just to get it out. I was like,
no, yeah, very different parts of like what I did not expect from Plain Jane. So
the bottom left one, I would say I'm honestly the least craziest about, because it's very, it's really nothing to write home about. It's a nice outfit, but it's nothing to really it's just a jumpsuit for me. And then I'm also, and this is me personally, this is not just against her or anybody else. This is across the board. I'm not the hugest fan of a lot of pictures that have a lot of 3D elements or like AI looking elements or stuff into it, because then it makes me wonder how much of the actual picture has been altered, as opposed to it just being like a snapshot someone's taking with like a regular camera or whatever. So like the background of that and everything is taking me out, because I'm like, where is this disco in the middle of space or some galaxy? I don't know. But I'm not the craziest about that one. I'm gonna give that one a 65. I like the devil one on the top. She's a devil. And I also think the coloring looks really good too, because I can't fully tell if what's underneath the red is a bodysuit or if it's makeup. I'm pretty sure it's probably a bodysuit, but color-wise, that matching it with her face is done really well, because a lot of times those two don't match as well, and it's real easy to just be like, oh no, that red don't match the red on your face, you know what I mean, or whatever. Mm-hmm. But it looks really well. It all looks like it's all possibly makeup and it's all done together. I would give that one a 90. I would give 92 to the red look on the bottom left. I like the roses. I like that aspect. For some reason, it gives me like a mashup of the White Queen and the Red Queen from Alice in Wonderland.
I think that's the inspiration, actually.
I kind of like that. I kind of like that a lot. And I like the way that it's done. I can't fully tell if that's how it looks or not, or if my eyes are kind of playing tricks with me. But the bottom of the skirt looks like it all has like pleating on it that looks like roses, like little rose applique.
I think it's all pleated.
Okay. And it looks like they're all like little roses. Like the whole dress is made, like it has like rose, like the front of a rose, like all around on the dress. So I think that's gorgeous. And then I will give my top score to top left. I think it's the most stunning shot for me, honestly. I would give it a 97.
We're making it competitive. Come on now.
Okay.
That was my second look. And I don't care if you don't like my jumpsuit look. I picked that purposely. I was like, I love this jumpsuit.
I loved
That was the
it.
jumpsuit.
No,
I
I
was
like
like,
it.
I love the jumpsuit. So that's gonna be my pick.
It's the pattern of the fabric for me.
Exactly.
That's
Me
what did it
too.
for me.
Me too.
That's
But
what did it for me.
But I understand where you're coming
No,
from.
I
Eve, with,
don't.
Like,
I
with the
don't.
background.
I don't. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it like I don't
Okay.
understand because it looks like it's just one of those 90s backgrounds where back in the day where they put the thing against the wall and they go into the club and they pose with it. That's what it's giving me. It's that 90s pose background. Like it's just the sheet background, but I liked it and I like the whole look of it. So I stand by this look, plain Jane. I think that jumpsuit is everything. Period.
Well, let's do a point check-in because things have gotten
Are heating up.
interesting. Yes.
Ooh.
I am now in last place
Oh.
with 5 points.
Mm-hmm.
Brandon is currently in third with 6 points. Lana is currently in second with 9 points.
Done. David came back
And
on me.
David is in first place right now with 10 points.
Mm-hmm.
With
I haven't been doing so
4
well in the last one.
With 4 categories. We switched over to the second slideshow, and Lana just has not been doing well.
Nope, that's because the slideshow is not my friend. But it's okay.
Perhaps you'll catch up with Plasma.
Maybe.
Plasma,
darling.
I think Plasma is the one where I went through the Instagram and I was like, yeah, this is her aesthetic. I see it. I know it. I get it. Yeah. Everything she does is the aesthetic.
Yep.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And it's an aesthetic, and it's an aesthetic that I love.
I
love.
I did not see, since I wasn't at the cast assessment, I didn't know who Plasma was and what her aesthetic was. But this is it.
Yeah.
What you see in this promo is Plasma. And going through her Instagram, I was like, you know what? I'm a fan. I like it. I want you to be who you are, and she is who she is, and I hope she remains that way throughout this competition.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
She's a baby. She's a little baby. She's a pandemic drag queen, which I think she's one of the first that's like truly a pandemic drag queen to get on the show. So I think that's going to be a really interesting perspective as well. But are you ready to be gagged by the looks of Plasma?
Let's do it.
Look, number 1.
Oh, come on, Herbie.
Herbie.
Come on, Herbie.
Herbie the little
Look, number 2.
Okay.
Yes, daughters.
Look, number 3.
Oh.
Okay.
That confuses me, but I see.
And look, number 4.
Okay.
Plasma.
It's the person passed out on the stairs. I love it so much.
I am so happy that you got to draft Plasma, Logan.
Yes.
Especially because the fact that you said that you just love and live for her aesthetic. I was like, well then boom, match made in heaven. It fits up perfectly for you.
This is kind of the drag that once I actually end up starting drag, like a lot of my drag inspiration will come from a very similar place to Plasma. So that's what really like does it for me.
I live for that. It's alright to me.
I understand.
Mm-hmm.
And I understand why, and I respect your opinion on that. I get it. I get it, and I understand. It's not that old Hollywood, like 30s, 40s sort of like aesthetic is not going to be for everyone. But I think she does it in such a beautiful way for only having been doing drag for a short period of time.
For some reason, child, I don't understand, but this does end up happening where you'll end up having these girls and they will be no older than 23 years old and they are obsessed with the 1920s and 30s. And I'm like,
me. I'm one of those people.
I'm
I love that.
I was like, you was watching them old Betty Davises and you were like,
dump. Yes.
those kind of things. Okay. So I think the aesthetic is cute. I understand where she's coming from. For me personally, it is it's has a simplicity to it that is not bad. It's almost a realness. It's almost that's what it is. It's more like it's not simple. It's almost like it's more like a 1920s realness. Like she like wants to look like she was actually alive in that time period, not like I'm inspired by it in my looks. You know what I mean? Yeah. And so I feel like that's the difference. I would probably go more towards doing that aesthetic, but I would do it in more of a inspired by that time period as opposed to being like in that time period. And so that would be the difference between the two of us, but I respect the shit out of what she does and like where she's coming from with it. I'm trying to find my connection to what she does, but I feel like that's what we would do.
I will say someone that we don't enjoy talking about, but someone that did exist on Drag Race. I think Sherry Pie does that or did that on the show in an interesting way of kind of being inspired, but still taking things to her own level. Again, we don't like acknowledging her, but the drag she did present on season 12 was this sort of thing. So I'm like, finally, I have someone else in this aesthetic that I can root for. Thank you. Like that's like, yeah.
I mean, you did root for Vivian Vanderpuss like real hard.
I sure absolutely did.
And I love
like,
that.
Those are my girls. Like that's the drag planet I want to live on when I do drag. Like that's where I want to be. So
where everyone's watching Bewitched reruns every night and stuff.
I'm not the biggest fan of Bewitched.
I like Bewitched. Come on now.
I didn't grow up with it, so I just don't think I connected in that way.
You didn't grow with no? Oh yeah, I forgot because you're young. You didn't grow with Nick at Night, honey.
I know I did, but I was at the very tail end of Nick at Night.
Me too.
Yeah, you didn't grow with the good Nick at Night.
See, I grew up with Legends of the Hidden Temple. That was my.
Oh yeah, no.
Like Legends of the Hidden Temple was sickening, but like Nick at Night, the good Nick at Night was during the summertime when they would have block party days. And every night or every day they would play a different marathon.
A different show. Yes.
And they would do Monsters and I Love Lucy and Happy Days and
Bewitched. And yep.
That was
Addams Family.
Yes.
Yeah, mine were French Prince of Bel-Air, George Lopez, and Roseanne.
Oh boy, how that has aged like milk.
Yeah,
I
very.
mean, I'm about to say French Prince of Bel-Air is still great.
That is the only one that has not spoiled.
Yes.
In the milk way.
Yeah, I agree.
Your scores, Eve the Bunny.
Okay. Bottom left. I'm gonna give an 75 to. It's interesting. It literally throws me very much out of the full vibe of all the rest of the pictures, though.
Yep. That's what I thought. That's what I thought, too.
That's really the only thing. I was kind of like, how does this... The other ones look like they would be ads in like an old, like, Bloomingdale's ad. Or, you know what I mean? Bloomingdale's catalog or something like that. You know what I mean? And then there's this one that's like...
Where'd you come from?
This is your teen. This is your teen on drugs. Like, what the hell is happening with this PSA for Dare in the bottom left corner?
Not the Dare.
So Dare PSA. She got a 4 logos on this carpeted stairs. Oh, girl. Yeah, I'm gonna give that one. Yeah. I don't know how much I said I was gonna give that one. Did I give that one?
75.
All right. Next, I guess I would honestly, this is gonna be funny and not funny at the same time. Top right, I'm gonna give a 76. I'm not gonna give it too much higher of a score. It's not horrible. It is a bit triggering though, because she does give off like that, like Bloomingdale's rich white lady that was randomly mean to the only colored employees that worked there, kind of a thing. She does give that look off a little bit. That's the kind of the downside of being a white woman in the 20s, is they weren't the 90s. So I was like, she look a little mean. She look a little mean.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I would then give my second best score to bottom right. I love the dress, and I love the way that the light is shot with it, where it's very Hollywood starlet. It's very like, she's here. Her name is Plasma. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I think it's really cute. And I think the gown is gorgeous too. So I would give that one a 90. My personal favorite, for nostalgia reasons, and because of the fact that it does give me that look of it being in like an old 1920s ad or something. Like I said, the top two give me the most of it being her in that actual time period, is going to be the top left one. And I give that one a 97. Also, I was a fan of the Love Bug too, as a kid. So that's why I was like, oh, the Love Bug. So, yeah. Brandon!
It is a 3-horse race now.
I'm getting my points back, though. I'm getting my points back. David,
I love that picture that Lana had, because like the way it's shot again, like the lighting is so purposeful.
Stupid. It's something Lana's picking all the things that like I would pick. Like that's what I felt like going through your selections. I was like, these are all things that I would pick. Like, what is this? The reason I picked the one that I did was A, because it was different, but B, I think it's supposed to be like a Marilyn Monroe thing, because I think that's what's supposed to be in the background.
Yeah.
And I was like, I find the composition of this photo so interesting. And I was like, I'm just going to throw that one in and just like see what happens. Because everything else would have been just 4 of the same. And I was like, maybe if I stand out a little bit, maybe we'll.
It's funny because it's like, what I got out of this bottom one is I was like, it's giving me angsty teen.
Yeah.
Giving me Daria. It's giving me like, this would be at a party. Like, this picture was taken at Scott Pilgrim's friend's party or something. Like,
sure.
like something
I mean, I feel like you even took me out of who I would like to think Plasma is, because like going through her, I was like, oh yeah, she's very 30s, 40s, you know, This took me to emo 90s, and I was like, who is this? I don't even know who that is. You know what I mean? I was like, that's not Plasma. That's Plasma pretending to be a 90s emo girl when she's 30s, 40s. Like, I don't want you to pretend. That was the only
thing.
She's an
actress. She can do several roles.
Exactly. And I appreciate that, but it just really did take me out.
I'd be like, it'd be funny if she would have been like a 30s emo girl. What would they have looked like?
Oh, what would that have looked like?
An emo flapper. She would have like,
she'd
have like some little diamond tears, but they would be black, and she have like a black flapper dress, and that would have been cute, bitch. See, you know, missed opportunity, girl. It's okay.
Yes. We're moving to Q.
That's my draft pick as well.
Someone I'm very excited about. I'm very excited about Q.
Actually, the last 2 people are my draft picks, aren't they?
No.
Or do we have one?
I have one sandwiched in between them.
Okay.
Yeah. Because we cannot forget about Mother, and we'll get to Mother very shortly.
Yeah, we'll get to Mother.
We'll get to Mother. But Q was number 1.
I like that. I like that a lot. Okay, go. Work. Sickly.
Look number 2.
Okay. Platforms I like. Okay.
Look number 3. And look number 4. And you see now why I said I was excited about Q?
So I don't know how to do. I have a bit of an issue with the last picture, and it's just because it's not really showing me
anything.
Yeah. It's just kind of, and I think part of it is the way that it's taken in the picture, but I also think part of it is I don't fully know it. I feel like that I know what the outfit is supposed to be, but I don't know if it's supposed to be a reveal into something else, or if, like that's the way it's supposed to look. I don't know. It's just. I feel like it's giving me the least to work with. I'm automatically going to give it a 70 because I love Q, but I feel like this is giving me the least to work with. I feel like this would be a good look to actually see during the performance, so I know what's supposed to be happening with it. Because I don't know if it's like a reveal and people are going to come out underneath it, or if it's just one big gown, or if it's supposed to move or not supposed to move, or what. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Bottom left, I think it's sickening as well too. I'm a little. It's like I like it, but then also at the same time, parts of it, I'm not. I wish were done differently. Like I wish there was more done with the pasties. For some reason, her makeup is always great, but her makeup isn't the best in this one. And for some reason, her head looks so freaking tiny because everything's huge. She almost looks a little swallowed up. So I don't know. I'm going to give that one. I'm going to give that one an 80. My favorite ones by far, honestly, are the top two. I think the top two are stunning. I feel like okay, that's how it goes. I'm judging. So I feel like my pick is going to be my pick, period. I think that I love the top right one. So that's going to be my second pick. I love the angle that it's giving me. It's giving me America's Next Top Model. I love the fabric choices and the color of the fabric. So I'm going to give that one a 90. I'm completely floored by the first one, the top left. I love the Elizabethan look in it. I love this Renaissance Rococo and like the pearls and the way that it almost looks like she's pulled out of a painting. You know what I mean? Or it's very, very referenced by a specific like Renaissance painting or whatever. So that one's full for me.
There were two of them that I was like, if I don't win, I'm going to be more upset than everybody else. It was Dawn and Q. So thank you, Eve. Both of them, and I appreciate you for it.
Okay, so may I explain why I chose the one that I did?
Please, because I'm very confused.
So I was watching this video, the video that was this outfit, and I love the whole like circus tent of it all because like she's supposed to be a the circus MC or whatever it's called.
The ringleader.
Ringleader. She's supposed to be the ringleader, and then that's the whole circus tent, and then the circus tent like tears away, and then like I wanted to do something different, so like that's why I pulled from the video instead of an actual picture.
But your second choice, baby, I think you would have won with your second choice. And I want to show Brandon's second choice because I almost picked it. It's so good. I'm gonna see if it adjusts.
There it is.
Oh,
it's so good.
I should have done that then.
You would have been top two.
It would have been. It would have.
I like that a lot.
I love that. I almost picked that, and then I went through and I was like, no, let me do a full check. And Rococo, hello. If you see anything Dynasty or Rococo, it's probably from me. Like that's what it is.
Yeah, David's pick was my second pick. I was like, oh, really?
No, yeah, and I'd missed Logan's pick because I was just like scrolling through and I was just like, how did I
saw it? I saw it and I was like, I saw a different one that I liked with the actual thing on the head.
Mhm.
And I was like, I kind of like that one, but it wasn't full body. So I was like, I don't know if I should just not. So I just skipped it all together.
I love
but,
yours though, Lana. I love the fabric, the print on that gown and the way that it's constructed. I
Y'all know I'm a
enjoy it.
hat. I'm a hat girl. I love
You
a
are a
good
hat
hat
girl.
moment, and this hat moment was everything for me. So I love that.
Yeah, I just
But
felt
hey,
like
like
for
the
some
one that
reason
I
it just
sorry.
looked a hair on that bottom one, like it was almost swallowing her up for some
Mhm.
reason.
Mhm.
Hey,
I
no,
was like-
I picked mine conceptually, not
Look,
not
why?
for like look
That's
aesthetic.
what I was saying when I looked at it. I was like, I can't fully tell if this is a picture.
watched-
Like it seemed like it was taken in the middle of a performance, and that's why I was like, I can't fully understand what's happening.
I watched the performance of that one, Brandon, because I was curious. If this was a judging on performance video, you would have
Eight
won.
down.
Eight
Eight
down, but
No, I get
Okay.
it. I get it. I get
We
it.
move.
2 more categories, and things have only gotten spicier in the point. Because genuinely, anyone could still win at this point.
We love that.
Oh.
I have 7 points. Brandon has 8 points. Lana has 10 points, and David has 11. So
Oh, okay.
If somebody takes
anybody's,
2 number 1 spots, they
Mhm.
easily won.
that's the only way I can win. So next up, we gotta talk about Mother.
Your
Miss Sapphira
baby.
Cristal. That's my baby.
Fire.
That's my pick. That's my queen. That's my baby. I love Sapphira. I'm gonna be honest. The selection was not as extensive as I thought it would be. We'll say that. But I'm still very excited for Sapphira nonetheless. And we're gonna move into look number 1.
And save all reactions until that's what you know what, and that's what I'm gonna do too. You know what? That's even gonna be better. I'm not gonna give any reactions for any looks or any judging for the last 2 votes.
She says in the last 2.
Right.
I'm gonna do it now.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Look number 2.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay.
Mhm.
Number 3. And number 4.
Mhm.
Okay.
You can what I will say from her social media, you can tell exactly what her aesthetic is, and it is an aesthetic that I love because she is just giving unapologetically black in the best way possible. And I'm a really big fan of hers. Yeah, I'm a really big fan. Big fan.
Anyone else?
We'll let you go.
All right then. So, my 4th pick will be top right with a score of 90. My 3rd pick is bottom right with a score of 95. And I give bottom left and top left a tied score of 100. They are both my first pick.
You couldn't tie me with anyone other than fucking David.
David steals everything I love. Everything I love, David steals. I'm just saying, I just cannot win.
Logan and David both get 2 points. Brandon gets 1 point.
Well,
And Lana, I love you.
Here's the funny thing. David's pick was my second pick.
David's pick was my first pick.
and Brandon's pick was David's first pick.
Oh, child.
And I picked mine independently of everybody else because I'm unique and different.
Lana is going to divorce the shit out of you. She's going to divorce you.
I'm going to divorce the shit out of David too.
You're not married to David.
I will break. I don't know. Bye, David. I don't know.
Like something about the hair and the one that I picked, I was just like, I had to pick it. Like
I loved it. I thought it was
incredible.
sickening. Yeah, I thought it was sickening. I thought it was powerful. It gave me, oh God, it almost gave me how Beyonce was during the Super Bowl when she performed and did her look, and it was very like Michael Jackson inspired, and also went to like Malcolm X inspired. It just gave very militant, black, proud, strong kind of like presence, and I was like, "Ooh, girl!" She was telling the bitches to get in formation with that one, honey.
Mm-hmm.
I loved it, but yeah, like I loved the grandeur of her on those stairs. Is the level of yeah, that's just yes, that's Kunty. That's cunty. Like the in the background with the sun and everything. That's a movie flyer. I was like, that's nasty. But the first one, I love how she looks in the outfit with the peepholes on the side and like just her standing there, just looking beat in just a doorway. Like, yeah.
I had that one. I had this version of that one.
I also had that version.
That I was like, oh, yep, that is how I felt when I saw it.
That would have been
stupid.
What's that? The Hunger Games.
Yeah, stupid. Like, it's fine.
Mother.
Ugh, we move because I can't do anything else about it.
To the final contestant, Xunami Muse.
My first draft pick. And my personal friend. Love you, sis.
Okay, then get her on the show.
We shall see. We shall see. I might be able to hell, actually.
Please.
Which the wig is also her mama wig she stole.
I, for one, am thrilled.
I'm very happy for Xunami. Because she's somebody that I know has the goods. And not saying this negatively towards any other person that happens to be, but there does happen to be sometimes girls that rest on last names. Or people who they are related to or in association with or this, that, and the other, and they don't put in their own work and their own effort and they don't create their own aesthetic in this, that, and the other. And I don't see Xunami as somebody who's just riding a Candy Muse train. Xunami is her own entity. And she knows who she is as an artist and an entertainer, and it's very strong and it comes across with her. You know what I mean? Like you can see the family, like the Muse resemblance, but you can see how Xunami's her own person. And I respect the hell out of her. I think she's so sickening. All of these looks to me are sickening. There are two that are my favorites, so it's going to be very interesting to see which one is going to be number one. I'm honestly going to put number 4 as top left, just because you can't see her face that much. That's a little bit of a takeaway for me. Only thing. I love the styling of what she's wearing in the look, though. I think that's sickening, and I love what's going on with the ski mask. But I kind of wish that the ski mask could have had more done to it. If we weren't going to see your face, and all we were going to see was the ski mask, I wish you would have did more to the ski mask. Other than, I think you put introvert and extrovert or something on top.
Introvert, extrovert are on the eyebrows.
Yeah, are the eyebrows. I still wish for the rest of the mask that there was other stuff going on with it, though. Because it almost like we know that it's you, but it almost doesn't look like it's you. In a way. You know what I mean? I'm gonna give third to bottom left. It's giving a sickening action shot for me. Um, I think it's very fashion. I don't feel like it's fully the best shot yet, though. I think it's very commercial. I think it's very, oh yes, honey. This is in the Old Navy, baby. The Old Navy commercial, honey. Like, it's very that. She's in the back post, drinking fake mocktails with all the little fake girls. And then Lil' Kim comes out, you're in the hood now, baby. Like, it's very that. It's very that kind of a tea. I'm going to have to say my number 2 is going to be top left. Because I love the posing. I love the way that the dress is moving. I do think it's funny and real cute that that's the promo hair that Candy wore for her promo. I mean, that's the hair Candy wore for her promo. But it's cute the fact that it's literally the exact same wig, but it does for some reason look different on Xunami. But I feel like if I saw them next to each other with the same wig on, it would be the cutest little.
Ooh.
Peace. Peace. If I had them right next to each other, it would be like the cutest set of twins that aren't twins. You know what I mean? Like it would be really cute. You know what I mean? Like I think it'd be really cute, almost like how in the old movie Twins with Arnold Schwarzenegger and Danny DeVito, they would wear the same clothes or have the same exact stuff on, but in no way fully look. You know what I mean? Like I don't know. I don't know. It's kind of cute. It would give to me. My favorite is bottom right. I have to say, I feel like that's the best shot. That's the America's Next Top Model best shot. It's the way the bob is bobbing, the way that it's half in front of the hair, half not in front of the hair. It's the way that the outfit has movement, even though it's a still shot. It just looks like with Candy. I put it this way: Candy likes to say that her aesthetic, and I'm not knocking Candy. Candy's aesthetic is big girl, model girl, or whatever. Xunami's aesthetic is very clear to be runway model, fashion girl. And that, I feel like is the most quintessential picture to show who Xunami Muse is bottom right. So I give it 800. And David wins.
David won going into this category. This category didn't matter because David had already won and no one could have beaten David. So,
damn.
You know.
Maybe David's just really good at picking pictures.
But I will say this did solidify who came in second place, which, as we learned anything from season 15, second place is very important. So, with that being said, Brandon and I actually tied for third. So I was in last. I'll take it.
Okay.
We tied for third with 9 points each.
Wow.
Lana, with that last second place finish, bumped into second place with 11 points. And as we all predicted going into this video, David Healy has won yet another Instagram review video on this channel with a score of 15.
I feel like I'm missing a point. You sure I didn't get an extra point from the last? I think I was second one round before, right? No. Never mind. I'm just trying to get extra points. That's all.
I understand, Lana. However, it literally would not affect
absolutely
anything.
I know. I just want more points. I'm sick. I'm literally sick.
Yeah,
because I started off this programming doing very well. I was clearing. I had so much hope at the beginning of this video, and then slowly but surely, my hope was sucked out of my whole soul, and it was just sucked from my whole soul. And David just win, and then I just stopped getting second. I was just last at some point. It was just like, you don't even get points anymore. You're just last. And so therefore my hopes and dreams all just got sucked out of my body. And here I am ending up losing once again. It's very demoralizing. It's very I just feel like I don't need to do this anymore. Why? Why am I doing this to myself?
Okay.
Every show after show after show, I just get my heart broken by David. David, he steals every look that I love. Every one that I'm confident in, David sucks it up and says no. And then he wants to throw things like we're a power couple. We're doing this together. And I don't feel like we're doing this together. I feel like I'm all alone on the loser ledge, just left there while you shine. And because difference is because David and I are supposed to be a couple, right? He's supposed to be my husband, and we're supposed to be this power couple. And I feel like he dims my shine. I think we're resenting it. I think I'm starting to resent. I don't know. It's okay. It's all right. But I love you, David. I do. I'm just gonna have to step up my game. These Instagram videos are taking my soul. They're taking my whole soul. But it's okay. I will.
I also love that David came up with this concept just so he could win. Because he did come up with these concepts. And speaking of, happy to welcome in David.
Welcome at the end of the show, David.
Lana, what the heck? I heard all of that.
I know you did. I wanted you to hear that. You are sucking my soul, David. You of all people, you have taken every look that you won. Those were my looks. And then it's the ones that I want so badly.
Oh no.
Like, it was Mhi'ya Iman LePage. You knew. When you looked and you picked that look.
Oh, I knew I would get in trouble for that one.
You knew. Because you got in
did.
trouble the last time for that same look you knew.
Here's what I will say on the topic. Lana, all of your feelings are valid. I respect you and your opinions. You could also just pick earlier.
I forgot about this video. Let's be honest. I forgot we were even doing this video.
Valid and understandable.
And then y'all said we were
because David wins. Because David wins, it also means that Lily wins, and I think that's very important for the whole situation. Lily, how do you feel about winning?
She don't give a shit.
She don't care at all about
white
this.
ass. Why you looking at me like that?
Look,
White ass.
Lily looked like
she didn't like that.
Lily
looked like Plasma looked in that
Show did.
Lily looked like Plasma did. No, she didn't look like not even the lug bug, the blue one, the one where you said looks like the 80s, the 20s girl at Bloomingdale's with her mink stole, the evil one.
Oh yeah,
please.
Okay,
Lily looked like
anyway, congratulations, David.
Thank you.
You're very welcome.
And thank you, Eve. I've missed you.
I miss you too. How have you been? You've been traveling and stuff.
I know. It's been a lot. It's been a busy month.
We can keep the catch up going after I close out this video. So thank you so much for joining us for this Instagram review video. We will be back shortly after the premiere of RuPaul's Drag Race Season 16 to talk about episode 1. Very excited to talk about the first part of our split premiere. In the meantime, make sure to check out our cast assessment. There will be an iCard for that also right here. We did it earlier in the video, but I'm also doing it now too because I can. Because I learned how to do them recently. So thank you for joining us. Let us know in the comments down below. What were your favorite looks? Did you agree with the winners? We've got at least two more Instagram review videos. I'm not sure that we will do one for Drag Den, but we have at least 2 Instagram review videos on the horizon. We have UK versus the World Season 2, which will be judged by the Dawnstone. And we have España All-Stars judged by the resident evil diva, Lana. So she can get to know 2/3 of the cast she doesn't know.
But it's okay, Lana, because on the Nothing.
Yeah, it's okay.
Anyway, make sure
We
to
move.
stay tuned because we have a lot of drag content coming your way because everything drag is dropping all at once in January. Make sure to subscribe, hit all the buttons, hit the YouTube thanks if you want to help us in a monetary fashion. It all goes directly back into this podcast, and we greatly appreciate it. Make sure to follow our socials at The Cut Pod on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok, where more things will be coming. And a lot of things from this episode will be coming, such as, and probably including, selling drag vagina in a cave. You could also go follow the 5 of us down in the description below, and you could go get your merch, including but not limited to the cup mug down there as well. And with all that being said, we're gonna get out of here because this was 2.5 hours of chaos. Cheers.
Cheers. I don't have my cup.
Oh, Lord.
So,
Bye.
David, are you gonna Venmo me that $50 or?
Oh, see.
Oh.
I guess so.
I
Oh,
knew
wait,
it. I
wait.
knew
We're
it.
still recording. No.
I knew it. I knew it.
Oh, was I not supposed to?